Guys, I am in Dubai right now and I have a flight to Poland tomorrow. But whenever I get an opportunity to learn from Surya Ganguly, I do not miss it. And it gives me immense pleasure to welcome him. Surya, you're going
Hi,
to teach me
Sagar.
something today, and you're going to teach everyone who's going to watch this. What are we going to do?
That's the plan. That's the plan. So, first of all, yeah, thanks for being here. I know you're extremely busy. You're going to Poland. So, my idea is I want to show you one game. I won't tell you who played it.
Hmm.
I want you to guess a few moves.
Okay.
So, we have the following position. Two things I want from you. How would you evaluate the position, and what sort of move comes into your mind from white side?
Okay. So, also the people who are watching this can pause the video and try to think on their own on the question that Surya has asked. For me, Surya, it seems like this position is slightly better for white because white
Because
has the bishop pair. And also, in general, such positions are very solid for black as well because the knight on d5 cannot be removed easily. Also, yeah, c4 is not possible, but it's not easy for black to improve. And
correct.
white can maybe slowly try to create some play with maybe a4 at the right time, h4 h5 perhaps. So I feel like slight edge for white.
Excellent, excellent. So you said two moves, a4 and h4. In the game, h4 was played.
Hmm.
This move is normal to you? This idea h4, h5, h6?
Yes, it feels kind of natural,
Natural.
although black can play h5, but then the g5 square gets slightly weakened. Also, ideas of g4 in the end.
Correct. So h4 was played in the game. Black played rook a8. I guess you would have played h5 here since you started with h4.
Yes,
What is the move that comes into mind now?
h6.
Beautiful. 3 out of 3.
हाँ but अभी क्या?
Now also it's not that difficult. So black wants to take here,
Yeah,
and you see a weakness here.
yeah, but I don't want to take on e5 because knight e5.
Obviously,
So
yeah.
knight g5 as looks
Beautiful.
interesting.
That was also played. You are attacking. After e takes d4, you take the rook, and then f7 is falling.
Yeah.
So black played knight 7, b6. White now took.
Mhm.
Black took on e5. Another nice move. So this knight is causing some issue.
Yeah.
We cannot play c4. How else can we provoke this knight to move? Or black has to make some concession.
I would love maybe to go a4, a5, and then like if he takes ba4, then his structure gets compromised a bit.
True, true. Anything else that will provoke this knight to move from d5? And you also have to sort some issues with
Yeah,
your
like
piece.
bishop e3, maybe if he takes, it's good for us. Otherwise, we can put our bishop on c5.
Beautiful. Or you can even take an
Yeah,
attack here.
yeah.
Bishop e3 was played in the game. Knight into e3, rook e3. So now we can see this pawn is weak.
Yeah, this looks very good for white.
Yes. What do you play now?
F takes so that rook f1 and
Very good. And also it stops all sorts of bishop f4 or queen f4 idea. So our knight is now very stable on g5.
Mhm.
In the game, bishop e5 was played.
Oh, but now tactic. I saw this tactic. Is 96 coming?
Exactly. Knight e6, there is a fork. And if it takes, then it's mate.
Yeah, rook
So
f7, rook.
yeah, knight e6 in the game, queen e7 was played, and white took the exchange, and white won.
Right.
This game, did it feel especially difficult? Any of the moves spectacular or very difficult?
No, no.
Why h4, h5, h6? Why it was not so difficult for you? I'm curious.
Because somehow you don't have c4, you don't have, you don't want to, you don't know where to. I mean, bd2 could be an idea, but then if mainly human brain is thinking about pawn breaks, yeah, in the position, so h4, h5 looks the natural idea somehow.
I want to emphasize to the viewers and also to you. You said this move looks natural.
Yeah.
Why does this look natural? Because you have seen it somewhere. You have seen it many times. Yeah, like
Yes,
this kind of.
it's basically, h4, h5 is Karpov style, like you play h5 and then you want to push h6, you may want to take on g6 and he cannot take gh5. So it's like somewhere like this concept, yeah, like you are trying to hit the other person while he's trying to save himself, sort of a thing, I thought.
Exactly. This game is a very impressive game for me, because when we talk about h4, h5, some people will say, this is Alpha Zero. Some will say, no, this is Kramnik. Some will say, oh, I have seen some Botvinnik game. But everyone will agree that they have seen this concept. Pawn going to h6, and then the king becomes weak, and we get more space. Who played this game?
I was thinking about Anand when it was happening. I
Mhm.
felt like the person who played this has to be some kind of a very active player, uh, who played, because this moves like knight g5, bishop
Mhm.
e3, they are all
Yes.
very like flowing and such. Maybe some, if it's a young talent or someone, then maybe Prague or something like that.
Or someone with good knowledge, right? Who has seen such themes, such a natural. You said it's natural. The moves were
Yeah.
not brilliant, but the person who played this, he had zero formal training. He did not know how to.
Sultan Khan. No?
Yo,
Is it right?
1930 Sultan Khan.
Oh, awesome.
Can you believe this? I mean, for me, this game is very instructive, because we all know. First of all, I have never seen h4, h5 since prior to this game. But even if it had happened, definitely Sultan Khan was not aware of that. So the guy was actually sitting on the board. This is a strategical move. Yeah, you put your pawn on h6 and then you're playing against this king. This was coming naturally to him, and I felt this is super instructive. How human intuition, the strategy, how it develops
Right. I mean,
nowadays.
if you have seen this game, then you play h4 h5 is way different than you have not seen that concept and you play it.
Exactly, and Sultan Khan playing this in 1930. That's what makes this game exceptionally special. And yeah, when I see uh, people who have just started playing chess, and then they ask me what opening they should play, what engine they should use, basically study classics, basically solve lots of tactics, see lots of games. Because as we know, I mean, back in those days, Sultan Khan, without knowledge, he was competing at the highest level.
Yeah.
Talking about classics, I want to show you two more positions. The first one, I believe, you have seen this in many books.
Yes. Very famous one. This is Reti Tartakova, right?
Reti Tartakova 1910. What was the move?
Uh, White to play.
Quite to play.
Guys, if you want to think, because I know this game already, uh, the knight on e4 is pinned, but I think Reti played long castle.
Long castle happened, and Tartakova, who was extremely strong player, he blundered. He played knight into e4, and now
Brilliant move here. Pause the
brilliant.
video and figure out what to
Yes,
do. And yeah, Surya, Queen D8.
Queen d8.
What joy for Reti, to play this. And that too, not
Absolutely.
against a beginner, but against Tartakova. In fact, I'm going to Poland, right? So I was researching about Polish chess, and
Mhm.
Tartakova was one of the best players of Poland.
Sure, sure, yeah. So king into d8, and now very important, bishop g5 check. If king goes to e8, then rook d8 is mate, and in the game, king c7 happened, and then bishop d8 checkmate. The single bishop is just bishop and rook is killing the king completely. So this game is very popular. 1910. In the year 2009, so almost 100 years, the following game was played. White was Li Chao 2643. Black was Bu Jiangxi 2700. And
Both
yeah, in
very
China,
strong Chinese players.
two very strong Chinese players. D5 takes. There was absolutely nothing wrong with B3. After B3, in fact, it is White who is slightly better. Any idea what White might have played?
So a2 is hanging, so I can play a3 as well. But then I'm worried about bishop a2 check. Yeah, that. Looks
Yeah. So
then
b3 is very simple. You attack the queen,
yeah.
then you develop, you have no problem.
But
But in the game,
e7 is hanging, yeah?
yes, in the game, Lee Chao took on e7. He was mainly counting that, okay, you give a check, I move, you give a check, I come here. And no matter where you move this bishop, I'm going to play bishop d3. Everything is under control. You can give a check here, you can give a check here. Every time I play bishop d3.
So
But he
let's
did
say
not know
bishop
that
f3 check,
I go
then
bishop.
bd3, and if bd1, then
I
rook
just take.
d1. And
Yeah,
white is better because two bishops are.
two bishops. Yeah, and also this king is not safe.
So
But
this is
by
a
now,
typical this that he relied completely on his calculation, yeah, here,
yes,
but he
yes,
missed something.
he missed something, and which was played 100 years before. Yeah,
Guys, black to play. What would you do here? Pause the video and figure out.
pause the
Very
video.
nice move. Queen
So
takes
yeah,
d1.
queen takes d1, just like Reti Tatakova, and after king takes d1, bishop f3 check, and it doesn't matter where white king is moving. Rook d1 is checkmate.
Beautiful.
So tactics is extremely important, and I feel pattern recognition. Basically, the more positions you solve, the more tactics you solve. Slowly, it gets usual. Like then you spot tricks uh, quickly. Because what is the point of playing a very strategic game and then blundering? So at the basic level, until you reach certain point, forget about just preparing opening or just looking at engine. Solve positions, learn lots of tactics, and that's how you actually improve. In my childhood, I remember if somebody would ask me how many positions I solved last week, I would not be able to answer because I was continuously solving. That
So
was essentially the only thing I was doing.
so if someone is an unrated player, he should look at a lot of games of great players and he should solve a lot of tactics.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that will be the first step. Keep on solving positions because the more tactics you solve, the more alert you become and the less blunder you make. Mistakes will happen throughout the career that we cannot avoid. I mean, it doesn't matter what is your rating. Even if 2800, you'll make some tactical mistakes. But of course, the ratio will come down.
So when someone wants to improve who's unrated, they do all these things. But do you think also training, like you have this, what you guys have launched at the Pro Chess training, which is called as group freshers, how does this help them?
So initially in process, we had 5 groups starting and the basic group was 1000 to 1400. And we have been training all the players for 1 year. But this idea was always in our mind, myself, Ramesh and Magesh, that we have started the group from 1000. And initially, couple of unrated players also tried to join, but the level was very hard, so they could not continue. And we also did not want to uh, go on with students when things are not helping them. So then we said, no, we will restrict our students. We'll keep it from thousands. Started off with 1000 to 1400, and 1 year, almost 1 year have passed now. And initially, few unrated players also joined to see the class, but it was obviously higher level for them. So we wanted to form a group specifically for this group from unrated to 1000. But initially, we were not ready. We are not ready with the plan. We are not ready with the specialized coaches. It took us 1 year to finally come up with a concrete structure, which we believe will be immensely helpful. Of course, end of the day, self-training is the most important thing, but this will guide you. So we have some concrete plan. The poster that you are seeing right now is basically some discounts that we are offering until Christmas and New Year. But the structure, let's talk about the structure. Yeah. So there will be 4 classes, 2 for US students and 2 for Indian, like US time zone and Indian time zone. You can see some in 6:30, some in 8 o'clock. We are not saying that you cannot attend the other classes. All classes will be different. But if you don't want to wake up at 6:30, which is by the way very good if you can do it. If you can do it, then you attend all 4 classes. Otherwise, you attend this 8 o'clock evening class if you're from India. And if you're from US, you attend the 8 p.m.
So you are
EST.
saying that there are classes every day of the week,
Every day of the week almost.
and if someone wakes up at 6:30, then they can learn every day. But if someone may not, then they can do on Tuesday, Thursday on the right box, and
Not only
Saturday,
that,
Sunday.
that's true, but also they get the video and the PGN on their website. So, you don't want to wake up at 6:30, don't wake up. Then later you can check the video and PGN and everything. Apart from these 4 classes, you also have another class, which is merged with the group 1 class. So to give you a perception, what will be the next level like? And this we are doing in every group. So in every group, what we do is we give them one chance to see the higher level class. This might be difficult for you, but we want you to see the next level. It's not that high. It's not like you will be training with, you will not get IMs and GMs with students, but you will get 1,000 to 1,400 students who are slightly stronger than you. And that gives you a perception what will be the next level like.
Okay.
And most important thing, on there's one day when you get 2 hours, you get 1 hour of puzzle training. So there the concept is we give you like 50 positions or 30 positions, whatever you can solve. There will be a trained puzzle trainer who will help you in case you are stuck, and then you play 1 hour of tournament. So 2 hours of that training basically.
Amazing. So it's like a complete training, and the cost for it is $50 per month, right?
Per month, yeah. So you will be essentially getting weekly, once for sure, sometimes twice grandmaster training, or IMs or WGM, or we also found some specific coaches, who are particularly very skillful teaching at this level. So they will teach you, and the entire syllabus, whatever we'll be teaching, Magesh is in charge of this. So because he has more ideas.
He's very good with teaching kids and unrated players and so on.
Yes, yes. So he made all the structure, and we were very happy with this. So that's what we are launching. And always my suggestion is this: try it 1 month, and if you are skeptical, join at the end of the month and try it for 5 days. Even that is an option. You don't want to spend $50. You are saying, okay, I'll join end of the month. That's also fine, but give it a try. One last thing I want to emphasize, that we are always doing the classes on interactive chessboard, which means, for example, when I was showing this position to you, Sagar, you said, the move is, let's say, queen takes d1 check. But if when in the class we will be showing the position, they will actually get a board on their screen where they can make their own move.
Very cool. Very cool. This is a very nice initiative for people who are, beginning their journey in chess and want to learn from the best. So I'll put the link in the description so that you can go there and check it out and get whatever we've spoken about. You can decide whether you would like to join or not. But Surya, as always, thank you so much for your time, for showing us some tricks. This is always the nice thing about Surya, that he has like couple of positions and he can merge them into one session, like from 1910 Reti Tartakova, and then 2010 Bu Ziangzi and Li Chao. So it was great fun, Surya.
Thanks, Sagar. And that's the reason I didn't want to give you the file beforehand, because I really wanted you to guess. Because h4, h5, h6, to whomever I showed, they say, yeah, this is a very natural plan, the standard. But it has become standard for us because we have seen this many times.
Exactly.
How Sultan Khan found it, that's the beauty.
That's what all the unrated players have to learn, because for them it's not natural, and this is what pro chess training can help you with, guys. So
absolutely. And I can guarantee, especially after this YouTube stream, and thanks to Sagar, and I can say this clearly, that almost all of you have better knowledge than what Sultan Khan had. I have no doubt on this. I have zero doubt on this. The amount of knowledge what we have now, it was much higher than Sultan Khan. But yet Sultan Khan was able to find moves like h4, h5, h6 on the board. So yeah.
He was a genius.
Yeah.
Thanks, Surya.
Thanks, Sagar. Thanks a lot.